Hi, this is question number 5 of June 2020 paper 1R. So the question begins by saying that expand root over 1 minus x in ascending powers of x up to and including the term in x to the power 3. Give each coefficient as an exact fraction in its lowest term. So for part A, at first I will write the given expression, so which is 1 minus x root over 1 minus x. And this could be written like 1 minus x to the power 1 by 2. So it is in this form of a plus bx to the power d, where a is equals to 1. So we can expand it in this format. So a plus bx to the power d, where a is equals to 1. So it would be 1 plus d multiplied by bx plus d multiplied by d minus 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by bx squared plus d multiplied by d minus 1 multiplied by d minus 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by bx cubed. So this would be, for the given expression, this would be 1 minus x to the power 1 by 2, where a is 1, b is minus 1, and d is half. D is the coefficient of x. So in our given expression, the coefficient of x is minus 1. So this would be 1 plus d is 1 by 2. B is minus 1. So it will be minus 1x plus half multiplied by half minus 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by minus 1 x whole square plus half multiplied by half minus 1 multiplied by half minus 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. B is minus 1x cubed. So this would turn out to be 1 minus half x minus, if you do this, half multiplied by half minus 1 divided by 2, then this would come out to be minus 1 by 8, and this would be x squared. And then half multiplied by half minus 1 multiplied by half minus 2 divided by 6 would come out to be minus 1 by 16 x cubed. So this is it for part A. I've given in terms of their coefficient in the exact fraction and in their lowest term, which the lowest term actually means that if I have a fraction like 4 by 8, then this is not in its lowest terms. The lowest term would be 1 by 2. So they meant that. So for part B, we have been asked to use your expansion with a suitable value of x, obtain an approximation to 6 decimal places of root over 0.92. So I have to make root over 1 minus x to be equal to root over 0.92. So we have to find the value of x that will actually make root over 1 minus x is equals to, that will make root over 1 minus x to be equal to root over 0.92. So let me find that value of x. The root overs will get cancelled out, and it will be 1 minus x equals to 0.92. So x would be 1 minus 0.92, which should be 0.08. And if I put that in here, so we got root over 1 minus x to be 1 minus 1 by 2x minus 1 by 8x squared minus 1 by 16 x cubed. So if I put 0.08 here, so that would be 1 minus 0.08 is equals to 1 minus 1 by 2, x is 0.08 minus 1 by 8, 0.08 whole square minus 1 by 16, 0.08 whole cube. Then if you do this, then root over 1 minus 0.08 would be 0.92. And the value that we'll get is 0.959168 to 6 decimal places. They have asked us to give it in 6 decimal places. So that's it. That is it for part B. For part C, they have asked us to use hence find an approximation to 5 decimal places of root over 23. For questions like this, you have to use the previous part. So we have been told in the previous part that there is root over 0.92. You can also write this in this form. So root over 92 by 100. And if you divide the numerator and the denominator by 4, then that would be root over 23 by 25. So you can write it in this form. So root over 23 divided by root over 25. So I will keep root over 23 as root over 23, and root over 25 is 5. And you can write this in this form as well. So 1 by 5 multiplied by root over 23. We already know the value of 0.92 from part B, and you have to use that because the question has used hence. So 0.92 is equals to 1 by 5 multiplied by root over 23, right? So root over 23 would be 5 multiplied by root over 0.92. Which is 5 multiplied by 0.92 is 0.959168. And if you multiply this 0.959168 with 5, then this would come out to be 4.79584. 4.79584. And the question has asked us to give it in 5 decimal places. So it should be 5 decimal places. This is root over 23. That is it for this question. Thank you.